Ready for the mosh pit, Shaka Bra.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to StrangeCast Play One vs. Was Life is Strange fan podcast. This is episode 104. This is our Patreon exclusive episode as well, which will be available everywhere, but we'll speak about that in a moment. I'm one of your co-hosts, Adnan and Riaz. My co-host Adam Evalt is here. Adam Evalt, you here?
I'm here. I ate a whole pizza last night, so I will be gassy.
You will be gassy. Yes, you came gassy, tank top, Johnny Galvatron coded and crashed the Fireside with A&A stream, but you are now here instead and you are just playing gassy, which is always a positive.
I forgot to tell you that off. Last night I ate a whole pizza.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
What kind of pizza?
So there's a pizza place like right by me, and I haven't had East Coast pizza since I moved out to North Dakota. I was like, I'll get anything. I got pineapple jalapeno pizza. It's
so
amazing. Such a good combo. And let me tell you something, East Coast, Beast Coast, baby. I missed East Coast pizza, dude, and it rocked. It rocked. I will pay the consequences today.
Pineapple does not belong on pizza. For a man who calls out other people and says, I'll bark at people, ironically, you also have the worst.
That's because my opinions are always right. I am basically the Bible of humanity.
That sounded very much like me. It's very much transference there. That you're like, I always sound right. That's me, Adam. That's what I say.
You gotta know that's right. Johnny Galvatron too. Johnny Galvatron's like, yeah, I make the best games out here. What are you talking about?
He is. He's like Death Stranding. He's like, they got my toilet paper mechanic. It's like, I'm like, actually, you might have a point there, Johnny. I love Kojima, but he doesn't have your
toilet paper mechanics.
Toilet paper mechanics. So, but yeah, we're back. So thank you for joining us. If you are new here first as well, please do consider dropping subscribe on the channel, turn notifications, like the video, share with your friends. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers, so if you can subscribe, it helps support the channel. If you don't, I'm going to rip Adam's pineapple off his pizza. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to throw it out the windows as well.
My pineapples.
So, exactly, he'll be upset and sad. So, and tank top Adam will come back as well. You don't want that either. So, make sure you do subscribe as well. And also as well, StrangeCast is available on all podcast services. We're available on Spotify with a video version, Apple Podcasts. We're available on all of it. We've got 50 ratings on Spotify, so thank you so much for that. And we have 321 follows on Spotify. So if you can follow us there, you get instant access to your episodes as soon as they become available, and you boost our visibility as well. So, Adam, we are back. Basically, this is our Patreon episode. So all the other news as well that will be moved into other episodes. We dedicate this to our Patreon subscribers so they can ask questions, ask topics, and you can basically build a custom-made episode. The Patreon tier will change next month because it'll basically be a Lost Records X StrangeCast episode recorded into one podcast, and then it'll be split. So it'll basically be the same amount of time. So don't think it's diluting the content. It's just easier than splitting them into separate, segregated podcasts because we're just going to fuse the podcast together and make it under one banner. So basically what you need to know is that your podcast will still be there with the same time, etc., etc. And as I said, it's going to be open to anyone. So if you can go onto Patreon, you can submit questions if you're on that tier as well. And this podcast is available for everyone because we've always said that we don't want to lock people out of content. If you can support the channel via Patreon, that's amazing. And it's obviously helps us as well because we cover maintenance costs and other improvements we're doing to the channel. But anyway, Adam, we're going to start here as well. This is the KGL Kevin show because Kevin is the only person who went all ape on StrangeCast's questions. So we're just going to run through them all and then we'll see where we get taken to with what he's saying. We'll pull up on the screen as well for you guys. So if you do want to get involved via Patreon, you can have a look at how it goes. So here it is as well. So basically we put our topic submission out as well. So we'll be doing the Lost Records Journal one separately after this. But we have one for StrangeCast and you can submit topics. And Kevin took full opportunity whilst other people did not. I know some people are just there to support the channel, which is fine. Obviously, you don't have to ask questions. But I thought we'd go through different ones, and I think Kevin has asked Lost Records questions, so we're going to bring them into this one because our other one from GordbabyMedia has got a lot of Lost Records stuff anyway, so we can just cover it on there as it is. So Adam, as well, I think Kevin's first one I was here was that, did you make any photo mode pics in Lost Records? Which locations? Maybe even show them.
So for me personally, photo modes in games, I don't get too excited about. Like, I don't know why. I take a lot of photo modes. Like the most game I take in photo mode is Session, skate sim game. So Session, I do it all the time. Like I do the videos, I do the photos. I like the photo mode in that, but like every other game, I don't know. Like it doesn't really excite me as much. I don't know what it is. Like, are you a photo mode guy?
Um, sometimes, but it depends on the game. So it's like
Mhm.
Death Stranding or like Horizon or something, which is like mm, yes and no. Like I like the one that was in Lost Records, and it was cool because
Yeah.
like all the different things that Michelle put in there. Do you know, like the different like 90s covers and stuff that you could put over it? I'm just not too much of a photo mode person because it slows down the pace of the game more. So I'm like,
Mm,
actually, I just want to play the game and go through it and like get to the next points. It's like it feels like I'm slowing down the game whilst I'm taking photo mode. I like the feature being there. I think some games should be built for it. So like Life is Strange should always have a photo mode, even though it doesn't. But baffling. Are you still here?
I am still here. I took that one.
Yes. Oh, that's good. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I took this one and it was pretty good. Like it's one of those things that like I'll use photo mode. Like and I'm excited for other people who are I do like this glare right
Yeah,
here. Like it's almost like a glare like to say like you took a photo of the photo.
yeah,
So there's a nice like thing. Like I appreciate photo modes and I'm excited that other people get excited for photo mode. They're like, "Why
yeah,
doesn't this game have photo mode?" And I'm like, "I don't know, man." But it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of effort. Um and I think games can be very pretty. Like I also took this one right here. Uh
hey,
it's nice, but again, like I don't
that
know,
bottom
but
part is me, by the way. Sorry,
what's that?
quote. That quote
Yeah,
at the bottom is
everyone
me.
left. But yeah, Session Skate Sim. Yeah, I take so many photos and videos on that game. So
Yeah.
I don't know what it
I'm
is.
I'm picky and choosy, so I do like doing Lost Records. I did a couple of them. I don't have them on me, but like I did do a couple where it's like some of the characters where I was trying to artistically frame them. I think I feel inferior when I do it compared to other people because some people do
Mhm.
insane photo
Yeah.
modes. I like it being a feature. I think more games, yeah. I think like for example, Life is Strange not having it is baffling for me, like especially with
Mhm.
the kind of game it is as well.
Yeah, especially
Um,
it's all about a camera, and it's just like,
yeah,
why? It's like we could
yeah,
double exposure, but no camera
yeah.
features. Like, what the heck?
I will also say as well, I don't like some games that implement it when they shouldn't have it. So,
Mhm.
for example, I think like it doesn't have it, but like imagine Outlast putting a photo mode in. Like it'd just be weird.
Outlast? You mean a horror game that has to take place on a video camera?
Yeah, but it'd be weird if there's a photo camera in it, like photo mode in it. It's
I
like it's
guess.
just a bit like because you'd be like stopping the game whilst it's doing it, and you'd be moving it around. And I'm like a bit like it ruined the immersion of the game.
Yeah,
I feel like that's the kind of game where
I
we're
think that's
genre dependent.
I think that's why I like Sessions, photo mode, just because, like, photography and skateboarding go hand in hand, like, that's always been, like, a scene,
Yeah,
but, like, yeah, a horror game and photo mode, a little less, yeah,
yeah. Lost
true.
Records was very cool. I think the next step of natural evolution is a video mode. I
Mhm,
think where it's going to be montaging videos in game. You start smashing like making little because I think short form video content is so important nowadays because of Instagram and TikTok and stuff. I think photo mode will slowly start to evolve into a video mode where you can clip things together very quickly with
mhm,
photo mode aesthetics. I think that's the natural evolution I'd like to see with that. I think I'd use it probably a bit more if you like record clips and like you can record on the PlayStation, but I mean like immediately start clipping them together, make a photo mode esque kind of thing, but in a short form
mhm.
video. I mean, that's the future with it. So, yeah, it's still I like it. So that's that. We can move into our next one if you'd like, from Kevin, unless you got anything else to add.
Yeah, I was gonna show off, but it's not showing any of my photos. I was gonna show off, something else real quick. Boom. There we go.
Boom. Here we go.
Session.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Adam Evalt coded that.
Yeah, dude. I love Session, dude. It's not the most performing game of all
Yeah.
time. Like there's definitely performance issues in the game, but oh, I'm showing off one last one. One last one.
Look at him go. Look at him go. He was like, nah, I don't got anything. It's like, bang. He's pulling up every photo here.
Yeah, dude, I love the photo mode in Session, dude.
Hey, there you go.
It's so nice. I
That car
like
looks
it.
like it's from GTA San Andreas.
Yeah. It's not a pretty game, but I love it, dude. It's a
Um,
nice photo mode. But yeah, we can move on.
Nice. Nice, nice. I'm gonna obviously we're sticking Kevin. This is the Kevin Strange Cast episode. As you can see, Adam as well. Kevin put there as well. in the fifth member theory, actually, if the fifth member theory actually came true, what should the character have been like in your opinion? So for context now, you are going to be warned. These are spoilers now that are coming into play for Lost Records. Do jump
Mm.
ahead to the next section if you would like not to be spoiled. If you remember, and this is where it all falls apart for me here.
Yes.
If you remember, Michel did say that he liked this theory when he did that podcast, and I was
Mm.
like running through it. He said this was a really cool idea. We actually did a video on it in Rage Records when it was like in the build up to the game being released,
Mm.
and we were like, we didn't think it would happen. It did not happen. For people who are watching as well, the theory was that there was a fifth member that we didn't see because the way that the game plays out. If you remember in the first tape, there's that scene where they're on the picnic bench, and this is before Corey ambushes them amid the abyss sequence that's playing out. The camera changes, so it moves to here, and the four girls are sat on the bench, and people thought there's a fifth member. And it's like every other dialogue, there seems to be suggestions where it's like there's another member. And obviously, you had little flickers and stuff that appeared in the game, alluded to something that there might be a fifth member, but it did not happen. Now, the fifth member theory was an interesting one. I just didn't think it was Michel coded, which is the main thing, and that's how it didn't play out. My feeling is, and my theory, if I would have had a fifth member or what it could have been, I have two, if you'd like to hear
Okay.
them.
Yeah. Sure.
So, imagine you said no. I'm like, okay, cool, let's
Yeah.
roll the credits
No,
and be
move
like,
on
don't
to
hit.
the next question.
Yeah, get out of it. My
Yeah.
two were, and I'm going to try not to ruin this game because I always want people to play it and stuff like that, but like, one of them would have been that had Dylan not existed in the game, Kat had a twin sister. And basically
Mm.
rotation of a fifth cat. That was the quote unquote fifth member. So there's always four members there, but the fifth member is cat number two, Cat's twin
Mm.
sister. So basically, you always have four characters. The fifth member does exist, but it's both an apparition, but also like not physical all the time. But it was Cat's twin sister, so it explains why everything's going on like different
Yeah.
things, like etc. So maybe that was kind of like a twist where it's like actually there's like she talks about her sister all the time, but you never see her or meet her, and it's like it's just a twin sister. So
Yeah, that would
going
be my
past,
theory, like an abyss version of Cat.
see that was my other theory as well,
Mm.
where I think like it splits into two theories. So it's basically the abyss's apparition of a fifth member. So the fifth member could take the body of any of the characters. So whenever the characters have thrown their item into the abyss can assume their kind of like appearance, and then over time it'll gradually fade in and out of the game. So sometimes you don't realize that not all the girls are actually there. It was actually one of the abyss
Mhm.
appearing as that character.
Yes.
Or the other one would be that if the abyss was a manifestation, it was manifesting Cat's witch side,
Yeah.
and it was
Yes.
giving that element off. So maybe it was doing that. I think that's probably what I would have probably fought for the fifth member theory of like creating something where it's like that kind of thing. So it has a bit more of a punch effect rather than just being a person that's there.
Yeah. No, that would be my theory too. It's just kind of like it would be like some kind of abyss appearance, right?
Yeah.
Like a manifestation of the abyss. Or it could be Cat from the other side, spoiler alert from Interstellar, so
Mm.
kind of like that, where it's just like somebody from the other side, like trying to send a message. So yeah.
That would be pretty cool. Like if they, maybe that's something that could happen later on. Well, we'll talk about it on Lost Records. Maybe it's something that could play out like that, where you have
Mm,
characters who start merging in other games because of the portal and stuff like that. So,
yeah.
but yeah, I think like that would be my other one, because like the other one would also work, which I think some people are applying, where it's like they've obviously forgotten about the fifth member because of how the game plays out, because their memories have faded, and it was just another person that was there during that, and that's fine as well. I think that works. I think mine would just being like a bit more of a twisty. I'm always a M Night Shyamalan ding dong kind of person where I like a little bit of a
Yes.
twist, and with like that as well. I think maybe the twin factor would have been an interesting one if it was Cat had a twin sister,
Mm,
and it was like the same person, but like you realize that one's actually terminally ill, and then the other one's like this, and it's like
mhm.
throws you. And I think there's a twin twist in a game that I really like, that you might know of. So I think that's kind of like why I've done it, and I'm not mentioning that game because I want people to play it.
Yeah.
And you will know what game I'm alluding to. Anyway, so that's mine. So I think that's where I stand on that theory. Anything else?
No, that's pretty much my theory.
Okay, so I think that's a good one. So thank you, Kevin, for that. And we're continuing. And again, guys, if you are on Patreon, you can ask a question. If you don't want to and you just support the channel, great, that's no worries, but you can ask questions. Adam, Kevin
Mm,
here. Could you imagine, or would you like Ashly Burch to be an actress in For Lost Records? Like
That's
Kevin,
that's an, that's an
would you
easy answer.
would you like Ashly Burch to be in Lost Records? Obviously, no. No,
What?
we don't want. I'm joking.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, it's like saying, Adam, do you want to eat this whole pizza in one sitting? Yeah, dude. It's
And you
like,
ate the
but
pizza.
yeah, but it's 36 inches long. I don't care. I don't care about my body. What are you talking about? So,
You put
yeah.
36 inches in you all the time. That's on only
Mm,
Adams, though. You
I
should
would
do that as
love
well, Jack.
36 inches in myself. I would love that.
There you go.
Mm,
So I obviously I think like with Ashly Burch it's probably difficult because of the schedules and what she
mm,
does, etc. I would like if she did a cameo though. That would have been nice if it
mm.
was possible. Do you know if it was like even a voiceover or something?
Yeah.
Because I would always have liked the idea that Ashly Burch is like Michelle Coe's equivalent to Tarantino and Samuel L. Jackson. Where it's like
Yes.
that person that
Yeah.
always obviously Ashly Burch is not Samuel L. Jackson, the voice kind of thing, but like in the sense of
Or
a
like
reoccurring actor.
Castigard and Marcus Graves.
Yeah, exactly. Barry, oh yeah. So it's
Yeah.
like you need that combination where it's like I always like that with a director or someone where you can attach someone. So it's even like not as prolific, but Scorsese and DiCaprio has become a thing. It's not as big and prevalent, but it has been a thing. But I always like when you have an actor that you can kind of associate with a certain person. And I feel like they should do that more with games. I think like I would have liked it in Life is Strange if Hannah Tell had like a voice cameo in other games and like you know other actors. They don't have to be like a prolific one, just do like a little voiceover. I like it how it does it with Tarantino does it with Samuel L. Jackson. He's basically there in every other film, but it's like sometimes it's prolific role, sometimes it's not. But he's
Yeah.
there. And it's like I like that. So um I would love to have seen Ashly Burch be in there. Who do you think she would have played in this game out of the
Cat.
characters? Yeah, it seems too easy that though.
Yeah, Cat or Nora. She could definitely do Nora.
Do you know what? I'm gonna throw you another one. I think those are both, yeah. I think they both work. I'm gonna throw you another one. I think I would even put Swan there because she did audition for Max when she went for Life is Strange.
Mm,
So
yeah.
I think maybe it would happen. Obviously, you'd have to really get away from her being sounding like Chloe Price and that kind of thing. Because even in itself as well, Swan's not that far away from Aloy in terms of like character association.
Yeah.
Like, because Aloy's not the fantastic, ooh, hyper giddy kind of like, you know, Chloe Price. It's like she's very like nuanced and very like her emotions come out in
Yeah, but I
ranges.
can't
But
imagine a world where it's not Olivia Labore. So
obviously, I'm not saying we replace. I'm just saying like in the
yeah.
circumstances where you have to put them because it's like it's hard to see her being Max now, like Chloe, Ashley Birch when Hannah tells that it's impossible. And it's the same with like you know seeing Olivia as Kat when you know
Yeah.
Natalie has played that character. So, but I like if I'm just if these people didn't exist, I could put her in another character. It maybe I would have loved to seen her play Swan, but I think the main one I'm really thinking of at the minute and try and move away from the Cat one is Dylan.
Mm.
And I love Victoria Diamond's performance in that. I think she's fantastic. She's very Victoria Chase coded with her like a acting range. But if like you know if Victoria Diamond wasn't there, heaven forbid, because we love Victoria
Mm.
Diamond, I would thought she'd be a very good Dylan because I think she has that range of like different emotions.
See though, here's my one, right? Ashly Burch voices Snowy because
Uh,
everyone chooses Pumpkin or Shadow. It's like you only get to hear Ashly Burch if you name it Snowy.
yeah, that would be stonks level snowy for
Yeah,
picking. That would be the response of it. Oh my god,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I I even
She just voices it. Yeah,
do you think for example she could do Swan's mom?
yeah. She could. She could definitely. Yeah.
I think that would be an interesting performance of like like even off screen. I'd like it, or for example, if she was like a narrator in the game, if there's
Mm,
like segments in between it and she was doing a narration, like I would have loved, for example, like this is where I said with a brief cameo, she was at like you know at the beginning of tape two, it's like, and previously on the first tape of Lost Records, and she does like
mm,
a narration over the game. That would have been interesting. Maybe it's out of wheelhouse for the game and the
yeah.
vibe and stuff, but I think that would have been the kind of thing I would love to have seen her crossover in
Yeah.
this genre of games. So I think, yeah, she's fantastic though. She's been
Oh
coming on a
yeah.
lot of StrangeCast episodes recently. I love it as well. I love Ashley
Yeah.
Birch. I love it. She's an absolute sweetheart. Should we move into our next one, Adam?
Yeah. Let's do this.
So
Yeah.
KGL is on a run, and he's got here the sweetest slash your favorite scene slash detail in Lost Records.
Mm. I got one already.
Oh, really?
Yeah, whenever you pet the cat and it's just like Swan's just like, I love you, you're so sweet, and just like really like you don't just pet the cat, but you compliment the cat, you know. This is a game definitely made by cat lovers. So
Yes,
you don't just pet an animal, you give it compliments, you know. So I would definitely say that's my answer.
I like that pick. That's a very
Mm,
good pick. There was actually one. Um, Let me have a look, see if I can find it because it's going to be on my phone now.
yeah.
Um,
But yeah, compliment your animals while you
there
pet
it
them.
is.
Monster.
Oh, can I pull on? On my phone.
Or
So let me
insult them.
pull it
I
up.
don't care. You can insult your
Well, no,
animals.
yeah. I mean, you're
They
a
can't
horrible
speak
person.
English. I call my dog Fatty McFatterson all the time.
I think I've got quite a few scenes that I like in the game.
Mhm.
Um, and I think one of my favorite scenes by far is in the second tape where Swan turns the camera on herself, adult Swan. So
Mm.
it's like it can be cracked or it can be like whole as a camera. And that's the first time you see her where it's like, the camera is on her and then she comes first person. So it's like kind of like that weird metaphor. It's like she's become a complete person again. So she's like,
Mm.
I can flip the camera and you can see what I look like now. And it's like, I'll show you my appearance because she's reunited with her object of choice. This one really hits me now a bit more because I've seen it in the hindsight of things. And this is when Corey's on the
Mm.
bike with, and he's like, nah, she got me on tape. Now I'm immortal.
Nice.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm like, mm. I'm like the
Yeah.
foreshadowing there. It's a little bit like, I'm like, what are you doing
Yeah.
there, Michelle? And I think as well, I like some of the scenes where the camera zooms in on Corey's face. And it's, I
Mhm.
think that first encounter as well, you see his like lips moving. It's like they move it really close to him, and it's like, he gives that kind of like
Mhm.
vibe off. Where I'm like, I like the way that they do the camera. So very specific, small details. I would say those are the ones that I
Mhm.
really, really enjoyed. And then I think also as well is when um, if you are on the ending that you had, the
Mm.
one where Swan's on her own, if you
Yeah.
have Swan and she like leans over to the car and you see the moths appear and they
Yes.
start floating around her, that which is like majestical. And then she
Mhm.
like walks down the road and you can see the moths in the distance. So it's like almost mirroring the image of her walking to the abyss where she's following the moths when she first finds Cat. So I think like those are the scenes where I really like the subtle scenes, the smaller scenes. Not obviously the ethereal dance stuff. Like that's such a
Mhm.
an obvious scene, but like the little details. Those are the things that always hit my soul a bit more. And it happened with the first Life is Strange. One of my favorite scenes by far is the ending of the first game where it's Max and Chloe leave Arcadia Bay, and it's like Max is looking out the window, destruction, everything else is caused. And like Chloe puts her hand out and puts her on her shoulder, and then she like looks over at her like that. And it's like that's when the game can kind of like tells you more about what you expect from that relationship in terms of
Mhm.
where it goes from here. The kind of that's grief, that's trauma, that's all kinds of things. It's like you have it in life, don't you? It's like you sometimes say, like,
Yeah.
I wish someone would just reach out to me and help me. And it's like that's that kind of moment where it really hits your soul. So I think with Lost Records, I think those are the scenes that I really like, where it's like the
Yeah.
foreshadowing. And then I think the main one I really like is when Swan turns the camera on herself and she gets it and you see her and it's like, oh, it's amazing the way she looks. And it's like,
Yeah.
so
Mhm. Yeah, sometimes
yeah,
I wish somebody would reach out to me and just give me 12 inches, but,
you wanted 36 inches now. Are you downgrading?
I'm just downgrading anything that you can give me to just put in my mouth. I'm talking about pizza, by the way, people. Come on now. Talking about pizza.
Save
Just a
this
12
content for
incher.
only Adams. That's what you need to do. Save that content for only Adams.
Yeah.
Let's move into KJL's next comment, Kevin. As you
Yeah.
can see here, he's put, I was thinking about this much longer, only of course if you want to. Maybe you kind of reintroduce yourself at the end of the podcast for newer folks who follow the channel on a regular, maybe even solve some mysteries, e.g., how you get how one gets a youth pasture. Again, of course, only if you want to. And then the youth pasture thing was explained on the stream, the 26th to the 27th.
So,
Um,
wait, read that question one more time, cause just the top one, the top section.
I was thinking about this for longer. Only, of course, if you want to, maybe you could kind of reintroduce yourself at the end of a podcast episode for newer folks who follow the channel or on a regular. Maybe even
See,
solve some mysteries.
that is a point where I come into contention because apparently there's some commenters saying that like we give too long of intros, so now we gotta give too long of outros. Um, yeah, I'm gonna address those people real quick about like the
That's
whole
Sean
like
Red. I believe that's
I don't
Sean
know
Red,
who
isn't it?
said it. some
I was joking as
some
well.
iPad baby was in the comments, like saying like, "Oh, I need my attention stimulated at all times, please." Um, you haven't been to Kind of Funny, have you? Kind of Funny's intro. I remember I read that comment, and then like the next episode I listened to, the intro was 14 minutes long. So I'm sorry, you little iPad baby. Like, sorry we can't like stimulate you, daddy. But whatever. Here it is. Um, yeah, I don't know how you like introduce your. I guess just I don't know what mysteries to solve. If you have questions, always like put them in the comments. We'll answer them. But like, I don't know what mysteries you're interested in. But yeah, youth pastor thing. Yeah, I was there because that's what I went to college for, and I did it for 8 years, 10 years, something like that. So yeah, that last year I was like, I had enough. I had enough of these church politics, and I just went to restaurants. So there you go, mystery solved.
Yeah,
I lived a long life, by the way. I lived a
you did
long life.
you
Yeah.
lived a long and interesting life. I'll give you that. At
Yeah.
Sean Red as well. I support your comment with the introduction as well. Don't listen to this mean man. He's just barking for the sake of it. He's not getting his 36 inches, so he's barking at
Yeah.
everyone, isn't he? Um, so yeah, I think with the introduction, yeah, I mean, like I always say to you as well, like if you listen to Colin Moriarty's podcast, it's like 4 or 5 hours long with like the PlayStation ones that he does. Um,
I know.
yeah,
If I see a podcast that's 4 hours long, I'm like, no, dude, no.
yeah.
I can't.
Well,
I might as
it's
well
the
listen
reason
to
why.
an audiobook, you know?
Yeah, it's also the reason why StrangeCast is like split into two sides now, and even Lost Records. It's easier for me to edit them, and it also makes people keep wanting to watch
Mhm.
them. Then it's like it's more
Yeah.
condensed. Um, Usually I don't really reintroduce myself because like I am me. That's me, isn't it? I'm an enigma. I'm
I've got too many
the
mysteries
enigma.
to solve about myself, so way too many. Uh like I honestly like every time I give like an introduction of who I am just to a new person I've meet, and they can't believe the life I've lived. Not in a traumatic way, but just like, oh yeah, I did this and this. I lived here for a while. I went to Israel, and they're just like, how old are you? It's just like, yeah, I've lived a very, very long 34 years. So there's that. It's, too many mysteries to solve.
Yeah, I think yeah, I don't really have mysteries about me. I'm not a very mysterious person, surprisingly.
I live in
So
England. I don't like fish and chips.
can you see what I have to deal with?
Yeah,
That's why
I've
we
got
don't increase
autism,
the
so
podcast. That's why I don't increase the podcast. I only have so much time where I can deal with Adam before like wanting to jump through the screen and like strangle him. No, it's a fair point. I try and introduce ourselves at the beginning, and it's obviously I think like even with the numbers, it's like obviously you kind of become aware that it's like more episodes and how many people are watching and who's watching. Obviously, people watch for a long time, which is amazing, and thank you for that. Yeah, I think like naturally, I think when we bring up things where it's like the youth pasture, then we get kind of go down that rabbit hole and like explain it because it's like it's usually in the conversation of things. Yeah, I'm not a very interesting person, Adam. Not a very interesting person. That's it. My interesting thing is Adam. He creates the intrigue and the mysteries around the
the
podcast.
mystery.
I'm like
Yeah.
Alfred Hitchcock. You ever see Alfred Hitchcock win his Oscar? He walked on stage. He's like, "Thank you," and he
Yeah.
walks away. And that's me. Yeah.
uh, I've been to George Bush rallies.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They are just as you think they were. I it has radicalized me. Let's put it that way.
Is it just someone for a shootout?
I did. Yes. That it radicalized me. I was like, you know what? If you can, if you can dodge a shoe, you can dodge a ball.
Do you know what? Actually, it's funny I brought that up as well. I remember reading a story somewhere. I can't remember where it was, but like on social media, and the guy, did you when that guy threw a shoe at George Bush?
Mhm.
Um, I'm pretty sure like if you tag him in it, he's like, "Thanks for thanks for
Yeah.
watching" or something. He does it like, every time. It's like that's
Thanks
just
for
like
watching. Uh,
like
I was also in the movie Creed.
there you go.
There you go.
He
So there you
was
go.
Adonis. Was it Adonis Creed?
I was Adonis Creed. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
were Adonis Creed.
Yeah,
That's the one.
they kind
So
of like post like I was his motion capture artist, and then they CGI'd Michael B. Jordan into it. But yeah, I was actually Adonis. Yeah. The
I
only thing
like
that
that.
they didn't CGI out was my abs. They got my abs still in there. I was
No,
ripped. But they put in Michael B. Jordan.
I think we should move on to our
Yes.
last couple because there's a last couple of questions here from Kevin, and then we can do our usual little bits, and then we'll sign off from here. So, as you can see here, Adam, what's your
Mm,
favorite summer of all time?
2007. Easily. Summer
What happened in
2007.
2007?
Everything, dude. Everything. I was it was my first major kiss in the summer of 2007.
Oh,
I'll say
with
that. So,
Liz.
uh, it didn't
Oh.
end too well. Yeah. Oh no, sorry. Yeah, 2007 was a different girl. That's my bad. I'm thinking of someone else, but yeah, 2007 was another one. Yeah, I also dated a lot in high school. So anyways, moving on. But 2007, I'm pretty sure Halo 3 dropped in the
Ooh.
summer, or was it Halo 3? Let's see. Cuz like look up game releases in 2007. And it's actually kind of insane. Sorry, no. Halo 3's dropped in September 25th, 2007. But I remember a lot of games came
Oh.
out in 2007. Um, yeah, I was going into my junior year of high school. It was just like I was getting my footing right, friendships. I don't know, just like I remember just the year of 2007 just being like a banger year. So,
That's fair.
yeah. No, so
Uh,
like yeah, I love the just the year of 2007 was like a good year for me. So I'm gonna say summer of that year, probably my best. Yeah. And then summer of
Nice.
2009, I went to RevGen. So that was a cool little event there. So yeah.
There we go. We're unlocking the mysteries in this one.
Yeah.
That's what's happening. Were you doing did you do a Lost Records esque montage of this in your head, 2008 summer, where it's like
Yeah,
with
like that's the thing. Like if this was like my
beach
Lost
house playing
Records
background?
thing, I would definitely like it would definitely be based in like the summer of 2007 in Philadelphia. It wouldn't be as like magical and mysterious. It's just a lot of gunshots and, girls and drugs and all that stuff. So,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
yeah.
So I would choose the summer of '69, but I wasn't alive then. So sorry, Brian
Of
Adams, that's not going to happen.
course you're
Um,
quoting a song here.
of course, that's my behavior. I think for me, the best summer I had was the 2008 summer. The world was on the brink of going through the financial crisis, etc., etc. I was a young boy, and I believe that was the summer where Metal Gear Solid 4: Guns of the Patriots was released in 2008, in June 2008,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!" Like this was when I was an Xbox boy at that point. I like moved completely over to Xbox, playing my Gears of War, pew pew, playing my Call of Duty, pew pew.
Yeah.
But I remember coming back just to PS3 so I could play Metal Gear Solid 4: Guns of the Patriots, which is still locked on that console, which is to my own shame. Like all these other games get remasters and whatever else. That game is one that definitely needs to be ported over. I know some people that don't like it because of the length. Your opinion is wrong. I'll tell you that right now. As simple as that. That's one of my favorite games of all time. I think it's one of the best games ever made. Cinematic shots, everything.
Oh.
And
Oh,
then
wait. Hold
what
on.
happened? What are you
Um
saying?
oh no, that happened in 2006. Wii Sports was 2006. I'm trying to remember like
Uh,
uh yeah, video game like releases by yeah, it's all November and August and all that. BioShock came out in August 2007. That's right. I remember playing that when it first dropped. So,
I never
yeah.
played that at launch. I played it later, but it was
Mhm.
mind blowing when I played it. I was like, "Oh, great, this is
Oh god,
amazing."
yeah. But
Um,
yeah, honestly, dude, like go through the games that came out in 2007 and it was just a banger year, dude. Just
Games have
phenomenal.
fallen off. They've fallen
Yeah.
off in quality. They still get the bangers. You still get Expedition 33. You still get stuff like Death Stranding 2. You still get things like that, but they're far and few in between. Lost Records, but like a lot of the games. Look, think about 2015. 2015 was a peak era. Metal Gear Solid 5, Life is Strange, etc., etc. There was so many bangers in 2015. If you look at it, it's like you like got an absolute stacked year of games.
So I'm going to give you some movies that came out in 2007, right?
Yes.
We're talking about Zodiac. Okay.
Oh my god, that's one of my favorite films of all time. I watch Zodiac once a year minimum every year. That's I think that's David Fincher's greatest film.
We have Blue Harvest, the Family Guy Star Wars movie.
Classic.
Uh we have the Hitman movie that came out that
Oh
year.
dear
So that
lord.
was yeah, that was just that was a time to be alive.
Mm.
The number 23 with Jim Carrey.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
damn.
The Yeah, The Kingdom. next. There's just like Norbit. You remember Norbit?
I do remember
Uh,
Norbit.
and most importantly, and I remember watching this in 2007 when it first came out. No Country for Old Men.
Oh my god. Mm-mm-mm.
So
They
yeah,
are
when I
great
when I
directors.
tell you, oh, last one, Hot Fuzz.
Classic.
Hmm.
Classic. Not better than Shaun of the Dead, but classic.
Yeah, classic. No, yeah. So 2007, definitely going to be for me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good year. That 2008 was the one for me. Metal Gear Solid 4 completed my life. I remember playing that. I remember the experience. I remember the story. I was like, this is twists and turns in unbelievable ways. So that was my favorite summer. And that was before the world went to hell and back. So here we are, enjoying life as it is. So thank you for that, Kevin. Adam, 2 final points from Kevin, and then we will be done with our Patreon episode. We'll move into spread the arts and comment of the day. So Adam, I think this. Oh, it's actually free. Yeah. Yeah,
Yes.
that's the thing. But a reaction to your 2020, a reaction to your 2030 video
I don't
as
remember
a
what we said.
suggestion.
I don't remember what that.
So I haven't watched it. I refuse to watch it because of what's happened. But we did do a video on StrangeCast at one point where it's like, our prediction is up to 2030, and I don't really want to watch it again because of what's happened in the space of
Yes.
2 years, 3 years. I'm like, no, I'm not watching it. So no, Kevin, I'm not watching. I know we will do that at some point. I think maybe down the line because
Yeah,
it's
I
just
have
poor.
no idea what we said, so like I have no reaction. I
I
don't know
wouldn't
what I
want to
said
watch it.
yesterday, so you know what it is.
The climate was different then. It was massively different. So I'm going to go to Kevin's final question here, and obviously Kevin also said as well. He's put, and just a reminder, I don't want to spam. I want to help you come up with some ideas, and I don't expect everything to get answered. Kevin, never a bother at all. And yes, we answered every
You're
question.
always a bother,
Don't leave him alone.
Kevin.
You leave him alone. You were going after him and Kevin, the other Kevin, last episode. There's
Yeah,
two
if your name's
Kevins that
Kevin,
come
I'm
after me.
coming after you. It is what it
God.
is.
Anyway, Adam, last one. What story will the Life is Strange TV show follow?
I think
So, from what I remember, there were like little leaks and details that were
Hmm.
emerging online, and it did suggest that it was going to be Max Caulfield's story. And I think that's just
I don't know. I think you have to do Max. Like
yeah,
I think you have to just to get things back in order. Um man, I really hope they don't follow like Life is Strange 1. Like I really hope they don't try to like reenact Life is Strange 1 because
of
it's such
course they will. Of
and that's the
course
thing
they
like
will, Adam.
Life is Strange is such a player agency kind of game to
Yeah,
translate that into like to make a I still haven't watched my Halo show. Like I have it on DVD. I just haven't watched it yet. But like that's like easy. If you wanted to follow like Halo 2, like
mhm,
it's such a linear game that like
yeah,
it would work as a movie.
yeah.
Um, but with Life is Strange, it's so player agency that like I don't know how that
It'll never work.
translates, you know? Like
I'm
it's
just not
weird.
for it. I don't want a Bandersnatcher Life is Strange episode where I'm clicking. I'm like, oh yeah, let's punch Nate. No, I just don't want it. Just leave it alone.
Yeah.
It's never going to work unless you decide to just pick one path and you go from that and you write an original story in it. Then yeah, but no, I don't want. They'll do Max. It'll be Max story. It'll be a Life is Strange one story. God only
Yeah.
knows what happens. I'm hoping that Michael B. Jordan plays Max Caulfield because that'll be like interesting.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I just
I'm just like
you know
thinking
what,
of the way Michael B. Jordan acts. Like, I don't know, Chloe. I don't
oh,
know.
actually, no, do you when you made that? Actually, funny enough, it's literally I was just about to ask you that. I remember when I interviewed Dan McCann, who was Dave Madsen in Before the Storm, and he was Dave in Life is Strange 2, because there's another actor for Life is Strange 1, but he played those two in those two games. And I did ask him that because it was part of Life After Strange where I always used to ask the actors what character they wished would be casted for them in that TV show. And he did say Michael B. Jordan as his pick.
As David Madsen, I could definitely see
Yeah,
that because he's got that caring but authoritative
yeah.
role in him. So I would definitely see that. Um,
For me, it's
I am
Chris Pratt with his mustache. That's what it is.
Chris
That
Pratt.
mustache Chris Pratt photo. It's me, Chloe.
I could definitely see Chris Pratt playing Jefferson.
Yeah,
I could definitely see him because he's
I
just an
could have
evil
seen
person.
it.
Yeah.
I could have seen it, but I don't want to see it now because, like, he's
No.
just because he's Chris Pratt now. It's like Ryan Reynolds playing Mark Jefferson. I'd be like, no, stop it. Stop.
Yeah.
It's like we don't want that. I would love to see what's oh god, I had it then as well. It's on the top of my tongue then. It's just completely gone from my mind. Oh, it was still a casting in my head then. Yeah, I
Yeah.
wouldn't want Thingy in there. Chris Pratt. He's just too Chris Pratt coded. And it's like,
So my ideal Jefferson is always going to be Jonathan Myers. Jonathan Rhys Myers. Sorry. So I'll show you real quick, and a lot of people don't know his name, but I can guarantee you. Oh, come on, TV Insider. Okay, there we go. This gentleman right here.
oh,
So I
rings a
know
bell.
him from Vikings.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's his name? Oh, he's from Bend It Like Beckham. Jess,
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
Irish. Jess, I'm
Yes.
Irish.
Yeah, he's the coach in Bend It Like Beckham.
Yeah. What a film.
So I could
Oh my
definitely
God.
see him as Jefferson for sure. Absolutely.
My Jefferson would be, and I've said this before, and I think it'd be the most perfect casting. Hugh Dancy.
Ooh. Yeah.
He's literally
Yeah.
Jefferson coded. Look at the Hannibal. That's him at Will Graham in Hannibal.
Yes. Yes.
And he doesn't act like that all the time, but he has got like a proper thing about him. He would be perfect for it. Obviously, Mads Mikkelsen would be too much. That is that's an underrated role in any TV show that's been made. He's fantastic as Will Graham, but I think he would really fit that vibe of Jefferson as a teacher. A little bit less strong sometimes the emotional reaction, obviously, but like as a character, would
Yeah,
fit
he
that.
could definitely do it. He could definitely be Jefferson. Yeah.
I've just I would 100% see that. But yeah, I believe in Dimitri M. Johnson, and he will deliver this. He is going to deliver for us.
I think if you want an image, right, as we end this podcast, of how me and Adnan feel and probably how we're going to watch this show, if there's an image to show how we want to watch this Life is Strange show.
Oh.
That's
True.
That's
I can't top that.
That's actually a live image of us in Don't Nod Montreal.
I think that's a live image of us in general.
Just getting news bits here and there.
That's
going on
Balcony
over
feeds
here?
us information.
Yes.
He's scurrying through the little grates. Yeah, that image is accurate. I have zero, because I think one of the comments in the last, actually, I might bleed it into that comment of the podcast. But yeah, I just can't see how that ends well. As you said, the agency and the play agency, that story, it just makes it almost impossible to tell something. Like you'd have to basically do a quote unquote Emma Vicelli with the comics and run a separate story that either continues on from something or has its own kind of like life. It just ain't gonna work with that. So yeah, I do think it's gonna follow the first Life is Strange. I don't think it's gonna follow Double Exposure. Imagine that. Wow, fantastic. Safi's back. We've got Mila Jovovich as Nepo Baby as Max, and we've also got just a Nepo Baby character as well. And Safi, I'm like, fantastic. Also, as well, I take Nepo Baby as a fun thing to fire at like certain things as well now. It is true as well. Own it. Accept that you're a Nepo Baby and people will deeply appreciate you a lot more. It's the worst thing people see, and I hate it as well when rich people try to pretend and be working class. It's like they cosplay as working class people. It's like, oh, Sabrina Carpenter is serving coffees in this promo. She's working class. No.
She is the niece of Bart Simpson, so no.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Would she be a Nepo Baby then?
I think she is because I don't know, because she was a Disney Channel actress before she became Sabrina Carpenter. So, and then the niece is, somebody in the industry. Baby. Yeah, it's
Taylor
more
Swift ain't a Nepo Baby. Did it
Taylor
on her
Swift
own?
is definitely not. She made it on her own. Her parents believed in her. They moved down to Nashville for her. So no, she's not a Nepo Baby. Her children will be, but she is not.
Yeah, so there you go. That's what I mean, though. Well, if Taylor Swift's children had Nepo Baby children, just need to accept it, and people are like, yeah, fair enough, because we know your mum's famous anyway. It's like she can't, like, you have to draw a line with Nepo Baby as well, because like if you're really famous, then it's like, well, yeah, obviously the child's gonna be a Nepo Baby, but you can make your own name out of that. So, but yeah. Anyway, Life is Strange TV shows that. So thank you, Kevin, for all those questions. It was really appreciated. Again, if you are signed up to Patreon, We will do another episode next month. Please do submit any topics or questions. It could be anything you want as well, so feel free to put that in there. It's going to be greatly appreciated. So there's that. So Adam, we've got comment of the podcast. So I haven't chosen one specifically, I think, for this because I've been kind of taking the weekend off as much as humanly possible. I'm going to go pull up this one. As you can see, I've just pulled up a really horrible... That also sums up our reaction to the Life is Strange TV show, if you're wondering as well. So I thought we'd just scroll down here as well and pick out a comment. Because I think maybe, actually, there's one that I thought was... Well, they're all great, but like...
We're just watching all of them. Like, you just made it,
yes,
everybody.
just scrolling through them all there. Oh yeah, actually got called out there, didn't you? Wasn't
it was Riddle. It wasn't Ritalin. It was the caffeine pills. Yeah, I remember. I thought it was caffeine pills, but I was like, wait. I couldn't remember if it was Ritalin or caffeine pills, but caffeine pills didn't sound right in my brain. So yeah, no, he's absolutely right.
Thank you, Dr. Noise. I was like close with the cough medicine, not that far away from it.
You were so cough.
Shut up. Shut up. I'm going to go here, Adam, to Looney Luna, actually, 96, because I'm bleeding into that TV show part. The idea of this show is not appealing to me at all. The appeal of making your own choices is gone, and I'm 100% sure they'll try to meddle the plot, make people making adaptations, always try to mess with what's already working. And you guys are too focused on what the network is going to be. You should be worried about the creative team. Every network has its ups and downs and adaptations, and that's because the team behind it, not the network. For example, Netflix adapted Cowboy Bebop, which is one of the worst adaptations of all time, and they also did One Piece, which is one of the best, if not the best, mangas of adaptations of all time. Both adaptations made completely different by people. Thank you for the comment.
Yeah,
what's up?
That's a fair call. That's a fair take.
But also as well, Netflix is the same on both of those. So like the distributor doesn't matter. That's why we were focusing on it so much, because like, the distributor is the same person, so they're still going to have like a lot of leeway. Networks do have a lot of control over certain things. Like, you know, I've watched WWE back in the day. The amount of control that they had as well over WCW and the product there. It's not completely binary that they're going to do everything, but your network distributor is very important to the project because they'll tell you the kind of people that are attached to it. And if you're wondering, for example, why we haven't talked about the creatives, do you think Dimitri M. Johnson, Story Kitchen, Square Enix are going to get Brian Fuller from Hannibal to run this show? Because if it was Brian Fuller, I'd be seated here groveling at Dimitri M. Johnson's feet, being like, Dimitri, I'm so sorry for ever doubting you. I'd have a photo of him on the wall there. It'd be a photo of Dimitri M. Johnson there, and it'd be a photo being like, I apologize to you. There's a reason why we haven't brought up the creators, because it's not going to have the creators. The problem is this project for me is DOA unless Michelle Coe comes up as a consultant and you see his name there, and you see consultants Don't Nod Entertainment and Luke Bag and Michelle Coe, Raul Barbe, Jean-Luc Cano. They're the creatives. That's the only creatives that matter to me at that project, because the other people aren't going to be able to do it. And with TV shows as well, you're not going to get J.J. Abrams, Lost Peak era. You're not going to get Brian Fuller from there. You're not going to get is it Vince Gilligan, who's from Breaking Bad?
Yes, Vince Gilligan. Yep, for Breaking Bad and also Better Call Saul.
Exactly. You're not going to get Matt Groening from The Simpsons or Futurama. You're not going to get any big person from it. So like that's why I'm not really discussing the creators, because it's like it's already DOA because of the way that they're going to set the story up. Because your first comment exactly sums up why it's almost impossible for creative. Like this role is just like, you know, not happening.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like I said, it's just we'll see how it all goes. Yeah,
for sure. So, well, thank you at Luna for the comment. I appreciate that. And then Adam, one more as well. We can pull it out because we do it from our side B as well. So we have episode 103 side B. As you can see, this is also our reaction to the TV show as well.
Yes,
just pulling this up randomly. And I'm going to come down here. And Adam, I'm going to pull this one up because it came in late, but it's nice field. As you can see, Orphan Rabbit pops up every time as well.
Orphan Rabbit, yeah.
Couple of rabbits every time. We'll put nice field Adam because they came out of nowhere, and they put, I just bought What Remains of Edith Finch because of this episode. What a game.
Yes.
And then top of that as well, it just got on sale.
Oh, really? Oh, did it? What?
Yeah.
Let me see. What Remains of Edith Finch?
That's nice field coded. That's
see.
absolute cinema at nice field storytelling.
It's probably on sale on Steam, probably because I think I got it. I think I have it on Steam. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I just went. Oh yeah, it went on sale on Steam. 75% off. It's now $5 on Steam. Yeah. Ouch, dude. So
Well,
yeah, it's
nice
$5
field.
on Steam now.
Well, nice field. I imagine you're supporting an independent developer. The independent. No, it's published by
Mm,
Annapurna. Never mind. It's
yes.
not independent. No, well, you supported their publisher, nice field. So I'm sure that they're like being like. Do you know what as well?
Mm.
Annapurna's executive is in the office, like getting Nice Field's dollars and smashing them on the table. And like, look at this. It's like, yeah, look at that. Nice Field's money. We're gonna put a sale on. I
Oh,
hope the
we do
game is.
have oh my god, we actually have a live image from Annapurna after they got, their money from, Nicefield.
Oh my
Look
god,
at
here we
that.
go.
We do have an image of Annapurna.
Oh god.
Look how happy you made them.
I hope that Steam just tracks Nicefield's activity, so when Nicefield buys the next game, they put instantly a game on sale afterwards. That's the lore of the story that's been told. But yeah, that is accurate. But no, Nicefield plays What Remains of Edith Finch, which is amazing to see that as well, and the reactions. So there you go.
Mm,
Recommendation from Mr. Adam Evalt himself. So it has led to a sale, and also for Nicefield to get gypped off the day after. You'll wait one more day. I hate it though when it happens. I've had it happen to me before. I'm like, oh great, that's on sale now, and it's like there goes
yeah.
my money. Could have used
It's
that
it always happens every time, dude. Every single time.
every time.
Mm.
So thank you for the comments. Adam, let's do Spread the Arts, and then we can do our outro, and then we'll move on to the Lost Records Journal after this for the Patreon episode. So Adam, Spread the Arts, what have you got for spreading? What are you spreading today, except
Oh,
for
I'm
your
spreading
thighs, as you usually
I'm
do?
spreading everything in this. Um, I'm trying okay, I found what it was called. So, it's on Netflix, and, my favorite personality that I've seen in many times, Justin Willman, who is a magician comedian, right? And he did a show on Netflix called Magic for Humans. He then got canceled because of the pandemic, and then he
Hmm.
did the Magic Prank Show, which was okay. He has just released, and I just watched this last night. He has just released a Netflix comedy special called Magic Lover, and it is just
Hmm.
a magic show, and it is brilliant. Like it's actually like you can tell that this man has practiced magic all of his life. It is a masterful showing of like sleight of hand magic, but also being comedic with it. It is a very good comedic magic show. So if you're on
Yeah,
Netflix and you're looking for something to watch, Justin Willman, Magic Lover. It's actually pretty excellent. The ending is it sums everything up really nicely. So
I like that. No, it's a pretty good pick, and yeah, at least Netflix has still got good content there, which is
yeah.
always a good thing. Nice pick though, and I'm going to pick mine because it's very early doors. But I bought Death Stranding 2. I am on the
Yes.
beach. Me and Thomas Murch are on the beach. We are on the
Yes.
chiral network. That's what's happening.
Ah,
I bought. I know this came out early via the early access. If you bought it via other things, I didn't pay for. I want the physical copy. I only started late last night because I was editing StrangeCast. Not StrangeCast. I was editing the first part of Fireside with A&A, the live stream, and
mhm.
we're recording this 28th of June just for context. So this came yesterday. I only started it last night, really last night, and I played like an hour and a bit or something of it because I was just doing the early prologue stuff. This man is the reason I still play games. This man
Yes.
and Michelle Coe and Johnny Galvatron are the only reason I'm still here doing podcasts with Adam.
Mm,
This man is a I was saying to Adam, this man is using someone else's engine, Guerrilla Games' engine, the Decima engine, and he's doing things better than Guerrilla Games are doing with their own engine. This
mm,
game is insane. The opening shot is insane. And the
yes.
opening shot when you take control of Sam is even more insane. It looks unbelievable, this game. He is like
Mm,
unbelievable. Greatest developer of all time. Greatest developer. Mount Rushmore, first name on there.
mm,
Shigeru Miyamoto can be second after that. But he's
yeah,
on first. He might be influenced by Miyamoto, but like Jesus Christ, it's unbelievable this game. And obviously the acclaim that is getting recognition, finally getting what it deserves as well. And
mm,
also, this will be an example where Lost Records can learn a lot of things, where for the pacing and stuff, because I know that I've heard so far that the pacing, I'm going very blind at the moment. I've heard the pacing is a little bit slow, so it's very Death Stranding 1-esque, but it has action combat in it and it starts to pick up.
yeah,
So it's like even early in the game, not to be that spoilery, you get weapons very quickly, which means that
mm,
things will happen very quickly. So it means it's not going to be as slow paced in terms of encounters and stuff, but it's obviously because you've established your universe and stuff. But my God, I'm excited for this. I'm also very excited to see what Troy Baker does in this because I've already said that this will be Troy Baker's greatest performance because I think Higgs is his best performance anyway. but I'm very much looking forward to this game and seeing what happens. But yeah, unbelievable. And even the box art, man, we don't get box arts like that anymore.
No,
It's insane. And I
that's
think this is it's a reverse. By the way, as well, this is not even like me intentionally. This is the game that's inside there because I took it out of my PS5. I've not put
Look at
another
that.
game in since that game played, which is ironic.
Yes.
It's like it's literally been sat in
Funny.
there. I was like, oh, funny that. This is the inside cover, I think, as well. There's a reverse cover there with the baby that you can
With the
put on.
baby. Jeez.
But very, very, very interesting game so far. These are the games that keep me in the game industry. As long as Kojima's still here, I will be making podcasts. As soon as
Yeah.
Michelle and Kojima and Johnny Galvatron go, I'm gone as well.
Yeah. Well, no, because Kojima has his thumb drive, so he'll live on forever.
By the way, as well, I can't remember if you see, because whenever that thumb drive comes up, everyone mentions it. Let me just quickly pull this up. Do you
Yeah.
remember this? Because I don't know how far your knowledge is on other things. But that thumb drive comment always makes me laugh. So let me pull this up. This. Do you remember this by any chance with Vladimir
Yes.
Klitschko?
Yes. Yeah.
So for context, people as well, that's Vladimir Klitschko, the former heavyweight champion,
Yes.
unified champion, Ukrainian champion. One of the Klitschko brothers, his brother Vitaly was a boxer. And Vladimir famously had that thumb drive, and he's like, "I'm gonna donate this." I think it was like donating this to a charity. But this is the exact prediction I have for the fight that I'm having with Anthony Joshua, and when I'm gonna beat him and stuff. And it was like so weird because he just pulls out in this press conference. I'm like, okay. And like when I saw the Kojima thumb drive thing, I'm like, all I could think of was like Klitschko memory. I was like, yeah. But also, yes. Hope we need to keep his like he needs to be like
At least it won't be like Randy Pitchford's USB situation.
No, well, yeah, that's Randy Pitchford, though, isn't it? Like,
Mhm.
the less I hear about Randy Pitchford, the better. Like, we need to make his head into like in the Futurama style. Do you know, like Richard Nixon's head is on like in the Futurama head. Kojima's head needs to forever stay alive because like this is a absolute masterpiece. He is for me like one of the few creators like that hasn't lost his touch. Like I always think that Tarantino is in a bracket of his own now because I think even the 9 films he's made so far, 9, he's going up to 10 films. They're all masterpieces in their own right. He's not fallen off. Spielberg fell off. Lucas fell off later in his career. You know, any other director, Coppola, Brian De Palma, the Coen brothers are an exception. I think even Nolan's a little bit falling off. I don't think he's anywhere near as good as he used to be in some of his films. Fincher, I think, still going. Yeah. Anyway, he's in the same bracket as like that elite tier. Still making great games, unbelievable game. So Death Stranding is my spread the arts.
Yeah,
It will be my spread the arts for the next couple of weeks. Me and Thomas Murch are on the beach. I'm telling you now, that's what's happening. You won't see me for a while. But yeah, I think we're done here, Adam. So thank you for joining us. Thank you, Kevin, for all those questions as well. Again, if you are on Patreon, please do submit any topics. If you're just there to support us, that's also fine as well. But we do appreciate all the Patreon questions that we do get, and we can build our podcast episodes around that. And before Adam, we go as well, obviously a big shout out to our Patreon supporters. So we obviously have Kevin Lackner, Sundy, Clare McLoughlin, YellowFlash, Jake Churchill, Carly, and GordbabyMedia for their support on Patreon. And again, you can go and support us if you'd like to. So that's that. So thank you for joining us. Stay tuned. The Lost Records Journal Patreon episode will be coming very soon. Hopefully it'll come in the same week as this. And then we'll be back on schedule for the month of July with our regular thing, and we'll cover other things as well, like the layoffs and whatnot that have been happening. So we'll pick things up from there. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned for the next episode after that. If you are new here, please do consider dropping a subscribe on the channel, turn notifications, like the video, share with your friends. We're getting to 2,000 subscribers almost. If you do not like this video, I'm sending Adam to the beach. Death Stranding. He's going to get sent to the beach. And if you don't know the meaning behind that, go and play the game then.
Oh, I thought it was a nice thing. I like the beach.
Depends on who's going to the beach. Depends. But anyway, yes. So please do like the video, and also as well, StrangeCast is available on all podcast services. So we're available on Spotify, we're available on Apple Podcasts, we're available on everything. So do go and check us out on there. You can get instant access to see episodes as soon as they become available. So yeah, we're going to record the Lost Records Journal now, the Patreon episode. So stay tuned for that, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.
Later.
Ready for the mosh pit, Shaka Bra.